Hello, Earth Signs. Welcome to your weekly oracle messages. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. And if you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below, and as well my Facebook and Instagram page. So, Earth Signs, I do think that this week for the three of you, there's a common energy here about detachment, something that has been taking a lot of control over you. Earth signs energy needs to kind of be released, or you're learning something during this period of time about letting things go or letting change, right, take over the situation so you can feel better as well about whatever, circumstances in your life are not providing an ultimate sense of well-being. Because I think that some of you are attached to things, ideas, relationships, emotions, routines, habits that are not conducive to your growth. And some of you are aware of this or not, but it's like you are attached to things that are unhealthy to you and that are stalling some of your progress in life and actually allowing change to take place the way it should. So it's kind of a realization for some of you during this period of time that you are the one delaying, right, your progress. I think that you, Earth signs, are really here being shown as kind of being, let's say, the facilitating, right, the energies that you don't like. So it's like turning, to the other side in order to find a new sense of direction and happiness, where those attachments or those, I really feel like for some of you it's like really this powerful sense of you having claws, right, holding on to you, and you give a step and then it takes you back. Of course, that this energy, this claws that I'm talking about, these are things that have power over you. It's not easy. This is not easy to just be free from. But I also feel like some of you are not doing, your work, let's say, properly in terms of detachment, in terms of creating a wall of defense that pushes those energies away, clearing your vibration, clearing the vibration of your spaces, training your minds to focus on, the priorities you have and in the future direction that you are kind of desiring to create. Some of you really need to train yourselves to let go of unwanted energy, to not allow that into you, to not allow that, to not invite that, to not stimulate as well things that take you down. I think that some of you need some motivation, right? It's like you need, and also you need to be your own your own coach on this. You need to every day, infuse a sense of direction ahead, right? So you don't look back to the old ways, the old habits, the old kind of situations that make you feel incapable of finding other experiences in life. I think that some of you are having your views in life a little bit limited, right, by the amount of negativity that is kind of around you, and that it belongs to those attachments. So it's a very interesting week and time to reflect on things that you might be holding on to too tightly, that are not good for you, that don't provide feelings of at all of good sensations, right? That don't invite anything, that during this period of time doesn't invite a sense of good vibes. don't allow it, or work on pushing it aside. Work on building a sense of protection. I think that some of you could benefit from uh, some protective energy work, because I think that you're very because of that negativity, some of you may be very prone to, you know, kind of soak in energy, right, that doesn't belong to you, and that can, of course, create drainage, or that can create a sense of not feeling well. Some of you may not be feeling well, or you may be feeling like everything is a little bit out of your grasp of understanding, so you really don't know where you stand. I feel like some of you are afraid of this, you know, not knowing where the ground is, not knowing what you can really count on, not knowing the next step. So some of you are also dealing with a lot of anxiety, right, about the future, about what's going to come out of this. For Taurus energy, you have here the turning in card, that of course, as the image kind of implies, this is all about you shutting down, right, that negative thinking that is kind of around you, those negative thoughts, those negative memories, those negative words that you used to communicate with your own being, right, telling you the don'ts and that you can't, and putting you and your life and the people in it in a very negative light. I think that some of you need to really turn inside to find the answers that you're not being able to find currently on the outside. Some of you, this is a week to flow, to allow, you know, kind of information to come to you. It's a week to practice any type of technique that helps you soothe the mind or shut down the noise of the mind. It's a period of time where you may be more attracted to silence, to meditation. I think that some of you actually, you know, hearing sounds of nature can help you a lot. It's like very relaxing to some of you, like hearing the sound of water, the sound of the rain, the sound of birds. It's like whatever you kind of connect more with in terms of sounds. For some of you, this could help you. Others of you are awaiting your beginning. I think that there's a sense of awaiting for the new beginning, awaiting for the energy of the sun rising, right, in your life. I think that some of you are a little bit confused about that. I think that some of you are confused about where to go about something, or it could be actually where to go, right? Where to take your life, where to take your own self. What's the next experience that I should get involved with? And I think that some of you are creating this currently, but you can create from the busyness of the mind and the clutter of the mind telling you a lot of wrong things or a lot of negative things that keep you from actually feeling connected with the process of creation in the way you would like to. And so to avoid as well to manifest experiences that are just about the same things, of feeling on the outside, of feeling alone, or feeling the lack, or feeling unfulfilled. So you really want to pay attention to your thoughts during this period of time. Anytime a thought is creating unhealthy sense of doubt, especially about your own self, doubt of your ideas, doubt of your capacity, doubt of the happy future in your life, doubts about the good things that of course you will encounter ahead, doubts about the future itself. I think that some of you need to be present with the negative thought, right, just as you are with the positive ones, but don't believe in them. It's like, just be a witness, listen, don't take it in, listen, right? Because you know it's just a thought. It's not a reality. It is a reality if you want to make it one. For Virgo energy, you have here the Thunderbolt. This is like the Tower card, the energy of the Tower. So some of you are going to maybe experience some type of shakeup during this period of time. Some of you need this shakeup to awaken to a truth. It's like a truth that it's sleeping inside of you. You might get that moment of sudden realization of something that your mind has been, it's like hiding from you. I think that some of you have been as well too much on the mind, right? And this week there's information that it's coming to you that might be able to pierce through those barriers of the mind, right? Where everything is like a mess and you can't make sense of things. I think that if there's something you want to know, this is a great week to ask for that clarity to come to you, because I really think you're going to have some type of a moment where it's like a shocking realization. So some of you could also be shocked by information you receive, either from your own selves, of course, or by others, or by discovering something out there that shocks you in a certain way. It's something you really are not expecting. Others of you, though, this is also about rebelling against something. I feel like some of you Virgos that have been accepting, abuse or situations in your life that are not really, allowing you to be free or to be your own. It's like to be your own authority in life. Things that you feel like oppressed by, relationships or situations you feel like are oppressing to you. I think that this week, again, there might be a certain windfall of some sorts, or fallout with a relationship. It could be, but it could also be with outdated ways of thinking of yourself. It's like, especially for Virgos that have too much of a submissive energy about them, where they just allow things to be, even if they're not good for them. And Virgos that have been accepting things, you shouldn't at all accept. Virgos that have an issue with being empowered in their lives and structured in their lives, and having, in a way, being their own authorities, again, being the leader of their own lives. I think that there are experiences happening, right, within your sphere that is all about you learning, right, about being that authority, about not depending so much on others to tell you what to do, or to tell you what to believe, or to define your identity. I think that some of you could be in circumstances or relationships that have been controlling your mind, or there's something here about the mind being controlled by a dominant figure or energy that it's so dominant that it has completely taken over your mind. And maybe there are things you think are your thoughts and your ideas and your choices, and maybe it's not at all the truth of how you think, or the truth of what you want, and the truth of your life, which means that basically Virgos that have been lied to, Virgos that are lying, or in a way holding information. I think that some of you, again, you're being confronted with the harsh reality or the harsh truth of something that might bring a sense of discomfort or a sense of disruption to how something has been in your life, but that it's like the cry for freedom. It's like that energy of you making a stand upon something, or you needing to confront something in order to be free and have your ideas in place, have your life in place in a way that you truly want. Because I keep getting the vibe here that some of you have been influenced by something, an energy that it's not, it's like not good for you, because it doesn't. I think that some of you have not been thinking for yourselves, which means that either you have been blindly, kind of in a way being manipulated to do things that you don't want to do, or that you really not that you really don't identify yourself, as, but you have been doing so because someone has, trying to convince you to do it, or has been telling you to do, or it's like, or your mind has been playing games with you. The mind that attaches itself to energies that and ideas of doubt. I think that some of you have been as well doubting a lot, you know, yourselves and the power that you have inside of you to break the chains of attachments that you do want to be free from, but you don't know how to. For Capricorns, you do have the energy of possibilities. I love this card. And this card, for me and for your specific situation, is kind of talking about you embracing, right, the current cycle you are in, which means that some of you are being called to move to the next chapter or direction or adventure, because something has come full circle in your life, which means that you have reaped something, or something has come to fruition, and now it's time to initiate something. There's a new beginning awaiting you, but I think that some of you might be, again, too attached still to the previous cycle, and you might be kind of afraid or insecure, right, about departuring or moving from that old energy. Because I think that the thing is that I feel like for some of you Capricorns, what has come to fruition, right, it might have come in a good way, which means that some of you, what you're being called to move on from is actually, an experience, a situation that has given you plenty of experiences that were that helped you grow, that shaped you, that transformed you, that provided some sense of reward as well. So you might be just, kind of afraid to leave the nest of some sorts, or to explore different things. I think that some of you have been, though, wishing for something different or special to happen, and I think that you might be presented with this opportunity to really kind of have your wish granted, or to have something in your life that triggers that side of you that wants to explore what's out there and the new possibilities arising. But it's just, I think that you leaving behind what you have accomplished in order to do this is what might be for some of you kind of hard during this time. I also feel like some of you, something has given you everything that will ever give you, which means there are things that are like that, and they were never going to, in a way, change or provide more. And so if you haven't felt so far as motivated or inspired or stimulated by those experiences that have that limitation, kind of, it's time to explore new options, new directions, new ways to give your life, more color, more meaning, and more happiness. I think that some of you might have situations like, when your kids grow up and, it's time to kind of allow them to fly. I think that you're afraid of this process of, it's time for something to go, but it's like positive. I do think that whatever this is, for some of you Capricorns, it's actually a positive thing, Some of you, this might be as well about control, afraid of losing control of situations, afraid of the next chapter, or having a moment, kind of a moment where you have a sense of being a little bit creatively blocked, right? It's like a full white page, and you can write in it whatever you want to write, but you might be kind of, blocked. Now what? Now that I have all this white canvas, this change, this opportunity, what am I going to do with this? I think that some of you are kind of freaking out with the full range of possibilities that you can explore currently. I think that for Capricorns, out of all the three earth signs, you are the one that during this time frame might, be able to, in a harmonious way, to free yourself from attachments, right, that have been diminishing the growth possibility in your life. So some of you are actually ready to embark in this journey, and to let, I feel like some of you need to let things, it's like embracing the cycle of life, right? Everything has a beginning, middle, and the end, and it's like something is ending, and now it's like it has become ripe, it's done with. I think that some of you might have some issues with this, right? With the cycle of things, in things ending, or in things. It's like, I also feel like some of you Capricorns might, you might be asked to. It's like the time has come to follow your dreams. And actually, I also feel like this is for all three earth signs, but in particular for you, the time has come, or the opportunity has come, to finally follow your dreams, or to have an opportunity to follow a very particular dream that you have been waiting on. So what's holding you back? What's stopping you? It's time to go and create those dreams out there. So I hope you all earth signs have a great week. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see each other soon.